After a short break, celebrity creativity is back with another story that has everyone talking. The drama, the emotions, and the unanswered questions surrounding Melody Shari and Martell Holt have once again brought fans into a heated discussion. But this time, there's a deeper side to the story that many people are looking at differently. So stay with me until the end, because today, we're breaking down everything you need to know. What happens when a reality TV story that once looked like it was only about heartbreak, betrayal, and public arguments suddenly becomes a story about starting over? For years, the names Melody Shari and Martell Holt have been connected to one of the most talked about storylines in reality television. Their relationship, their family, and the challenges that followed became a major conversation among fans of Love and Marriage, Huntsville. But now, the conversation appears to be shifting. Instead of only asking what happened between Melody and Martell, viewers are asking a much bigger question. Who is truly moving forward, and who is still trapped in the past? Recently, discussions surrounding Melody Shari's new chapter with her children have sparked a wave of support from fans. Many viewers are celebrating what they describe as a peaceful transformation, while others continue debating the ongoing tension surrounding co-parenting, custody discussions, and the public fallout between Melody and Martell. At the same time, Martell Holt remains at the center of conversations online, with fans analyzing his choices, his public image, and the way his personal life has played out in front of cameras. But behind all the headlines, comments, and social media debates, there is a deeper story about family, reputation, accountability, and what happens when private struggles become public entertainment. Because when reality TV becomes real life, every decision is watched, every statement is analyzed, and every moment can change the way the audience sees you. So what really happened between Melody and Martell? Why has this custody conversation become such a major topic? And why are fans saying this chapter feels completely different from everything that came before? Stay with me, because by the end of this story, you might look at this entire situation from a completely different perspective. The latest conversations surrounding Melody Shari and Martell Holt are not just about a disagreement between two former partners. They represent something much bigger. A family trying to navigate life after a highly public relationship, while millions of viewers continue watching from the outside. Over the years, fans watched Melody and Martell's journey unfold through Love and Marriage, Huntsville. What started as a couple building a life together eventually became one of the most discussed storylines connected to the show. Their marriage, separation, and the events that followed created strong opinions on both sides. Some viewers supported Melody, praising what they saw as her ability to rebuild, focus on her children, and create a new identity beyond the relationship. Others questioned Martell's decisions and wondered how his choices affected the family dynamic. Now, the conversation has entered another phase. Fans have been paying close attention to Melody's public appearances, her business growth, and moments showing her spending time with her children. Many supporters believe they are seeing a calmer and more focused version of Melody. They point to her ability to continue working, raising her family, and creating opportunities as evidence of personal growth. However, discussions about custody and co-parenting have brought old tensions back into the spotlight. When children are involved, the conversation becomes much more emotional. Viewers are no longer only asking about reality TV drama. They are asking questions about family, stability, and what happens when parents have disagreements while living under public attention. Because unlike a normal private situation, every update becomes part of a larger public conversation. Every post creates reactions. Every interview creates opinions. And every silence creates questions. To understand why this situation continues to attract attention, we have to go back to where the story started. Melody Shari and Martell Holt became known to audiences through Love and Marriage, Huntsville, where viewers watched their relationship as part of the show's central storyline. At the beginning, many fans saw them as a powerful couple. They were entrepreneurs. They were parents. They appeared to be building a future together. But over time, cracks began appearing. The couple's relationship became surrounded by difficult conversations, disagreements, and public discussions about trust and commitment. Eventually, their marriage ended, creating one of the biggest emotional shifts in the show's history. After the separation, both Melody and Martell began creating separate paths. Melody focused heavily on her career, business opportunities, and life with her children. Martell continued appearing on reality television while also dealing with public discussions about his personal choices. Another name connected to the storyline was Arion. Her involvement became a major topic among fans because viewers connected her presence to the breakdown of Melody and Martell's relationship. However, as with many reality TV situations, there are different perspectives, different narratives, and many conversations happening online. What fans saw on television was only part of the story. Behind the scenes, there were personal decisions, family challenges, and private matters that viewers could only speculate about. As time passed, the focus moved from the relationship itself to the aftermath. How would Melody move forward? How would Martell handle life after the marriage? And most importantly, how would they navigate parenting while no longer being together? Those questions continue to drive the conversation today. The reason this story continues to create such strong reactions is because fans are not only watching a celebrity situation, they are watching a transformation. One of the biggest discussions surrounding Melody has been the way audiences perceive her growth. Many supporters believe she has shifted her focus from defending herself against criticism to building a new future. They point to her business achievements, her confidence, and the moments she shares with her children as examples of someone creating stability after a difficult chapter. For many viewers, this represents a common theme they connect with, turning personal struggles into personal growth. But the conversation surrounding Martell is more complicated, because reality television creates a unique situation where people are judged not only by what they say, but by how audiences interpret their actions over time. Fans often look back at old episodes, old interviews, and old social media posts to create a timeline. They analyze patterns. They compare statements. They question whether someone's public image matches their decisions. And this is where reality TV becomes more than entertainment. It becomes a discussion about accountability. Supporters of Melody often argue that her focus on creating a peaceful environment for her children represents maturity. Meanwhile, some viewers believe Martell deserves the opportunity to tell his side and move forward without being defined only by past mistakes. That difference in opinion is exactly why this story remains so active online. Because at the center of everything is a question that many families can understand. When a relationship ends, how do two people create a healthy future while carrying the weight of the past? Social media has played a huge role in keeping this conversation alive. Fans have been sharing opinions across different platforms, with many celebrating Melody's current chapter. Some viewers describe her journey as inspiring. They believe she represents someone who experienced a difficult situation but continued focusing on her goals and children. Other fans have taken a more neutral approach, saying that because they are not directly involved in the family's private life, they can only react to what is publicly shared. Then there are viewers who continue questioning Martell's choices and the impact of past decisions. Many discussions online are emotional because fans have followed this story for years. They feel connected to the people involved because they watched major moments unfold on television. But this also creates challenges. Sometimes viewers become so invested that separating entertainment from real life becomes difficult. Reality TV creates strong emotional reactions because audiences feel like they know the people they watch. But there are always parts of the story that remain private, and that is something important to remember. Public conversations are based on what people see. They do not always show the complete picture. The Melody Shari and Martell Holt situation represents several larger themes that appear again and again in celebrity and reality television. The first is reputation. When someone's personal life becomes public, rebuilding an image can be extremely difficult. People remember past moments. They remember controversies. They remember emotional scenes, and changing public opinion takes time. The second theme is relationships. Many people watching this story can relate to the challenges of moving forward after a major life change. Even when a relationship ends, responsibilities remain, especially when children are involved. The third theme is fame. Reality television can create opportunities, but it also removes privacy. Personal struggles can become storylines, family disagreements can become discussions, and every decision can become part of a public debate. Finally, there is the question of accountability. Fans often want to see growth. They want to see people learn from mistakes. They want to see whether someone can change after difficult moments. And that may be the biggest reason this story continues to capture attention. Because people are not only asking what happened, they are asking what happens next. Right now, The future of this situation remains uncertain. There are still many questions that fans continue discussing. Will Melody and Martell eventually find a healthier balance as co-parents? Will reality television continue showing this chapter of their lives? Will public opinion change as more time passes? And perhaps the biggest question, will this story always be remembered because of the conflict? Or will people eventually remember how everyone chose to move forward? Because at the end of the day, the most interesting part of any reality TV story is not always the controversy itself. It is the transformation that happens afterward. People change. Circumstances change. And sometimes the person viewers expected to struggle the most becomes the person they admire the most. For Melody, many fans believe this chapter represents rebuilding, independence, and creating a future beyond the past. For Martell, the conversation continues as viewers watch how he handles the next stage of his journey. And for the children involved, the hope from many fans is simple: that they are surrounded by love, support, and stability away from the pressure of public attention. So, what do you think about the latest chapter in the Melody Shari and Martell Holt story? Do you think fans are seeing a real transformation, or do you think there is still more to this situation that has not been revealed? Do you believe reality TV helps tell these stories, or does it make family situations even harder? Share your thoughts in the comments because I want to know how you see this situation. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you hit that like button because it helps the channel reach more people who love reality TV discussions and celebrity news. Don't forget to subscribe to Celebrity Creativity for more deep dives, updates, and conversations about the biggest stories everyone is talking about. And turn on your notification bell so you never miss the next video. Because in reality TV, the story is never truly over. There is always another chapter waiting to unfold.